Questions and comments, the Honourable Member for South Shore St. Margaret's.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The member for Calgary-Mindapore has done amazing work dealing with the McKinsey scandals of the Liberal government, the ad scandal, and many others. I actually have a spreadsheet in the office to try and keep track of them. But as the spurless argument of this government as to why they won't provide the documents over a House order is because somehow they think that the only way the police can investigate a crime and ask for documents is if the police do it, which is actually totally false. And the member is an experienced diplomat, and I would ask her that in her time as a diplomat in Canada, I'm not saying that this happened, but if it ever did happen, and you discovered that an employee had absconded with taxpayer money from an embassy or from a mission, would you have to leave that employee in place to continue to do the work until the police discovered that that was going on and went to the courts to ask? Or would you, as the employer responsible for that money, actually have a responsibility to contact the police, provide the documents and information? Is that not another way? And is that not what Parliament is doing here, since essentially it's Parliament on behalf of the taxpayers that own this foundation where $400 million had disappeared and been funneled into Liberal insiders' pockets?
The Honourable Member for Calgary-Midnapore.
Yeah, thank you very much to my colleague who I know has so much experience as well before arriving here in the chamber. And I would say to my colleague and to any Canadian who is watching here, anyone who is serving abroad, anyone who is serving in this chamber, their first obligation should be loyalty to Canada. And therefore, they should take whatever actions are required and are necessary to ensure that loyalty to Canada is maintained, whether it's from a security perspective, whether it is from a fraud perspective. The government is not showing loyalty to Canada in not providing documents for the review of the official opposition and review for Canadians. This is a principle that I carry with me in the House of Commons, as do all of my colleagues, and that I carried with me as a diplomat. And you can determine my actions based upon my loyalty to Canada. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Questions and comments. The Honourable Member for Kamloops, Thompson, Caribou.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's always a pleasure to rise on behalf of the people from Kamloops, Thompson, Caribou. And before I begin, I want to wish a very happy birthday to one of the people in my community, somebody I've known since I was a teenager, and that is Joan Britton, who just recently celebrated her 80th birthday. With that said, I'd like to ask my honourable colleague, what does it really show us when the Liberals, who campaigned on openness by default, won't even give us something that the Speaker has ordered? Isn't that the greatest hypocrisy that we could possibly see in this place?
Honourable Member for Calgary-Midnapore.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you to my colleague from Thompson, Kamloops, Caribou for the question. You know, it is a hypocrisy. Is it the greatest hypocrisies? I'd say it's one of the greatest hypocrisies that we have seen in this House in terms of a commitment to sunny ways when Canadians are living gloom and doom every single day. A commitment, yeah, indeed, a commitment to openness and transparency, as my colleague pointed out. A commitment to Canadians in general, when really Canadians have been nothing but let down by this government. So this is certainly one great hypocrisy, but there are so many great hypocrisies of this government, Madam Speaker, and Canadians deserve better. And so I just can't wait till we have that carbon tax election. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Comments? L'honorable député.
The Honourable Member for Beauport-Limoilou. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've said it once, I've said it again. The strength of a parliament has to do with the powers that the people entrust in us. And this trust seems to have been shaken by the actions and decisions that have been taken. I would like my colleague to speak about how Canadians' trust in Parliament has been shattered. And I would also like to wish happy birthday to someone in my family.
Joyeux
anniversaire.
Happy birthday to her as well. Is there anyone else who has a birthday we could celebrate? So now would be the time before we end today. The most important thing for citizens of a country is to have trust in their government, and that does not exist at this time. This is absolutely clear. It's clear that Canadians have lost trust in their government, and for this reason, we need action.